Okay, let's see if we got this thing going right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Ken, Chris, Rudy, Dan, Tommy, Cliff, Ray, Joel, Danielle, Wright, and Michael Graves. All right. Good afternoon. How you doing? Those of you watching on Facebook, on the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page, hello. Those of you watching on easternshorebroadcasting.com, which is also the YouTube page, hello. If you're watching us in the Streaming Idiots group, I don't have access yet to the chat there, to the comments, but I'm working on it. How you doing? Get this mic out of the way. Golly, those darn mics. They just want to creep into the shot. So I'm kind of excited. Well, glad to be back, number one. Big hat tip to Dave Edwards for taking the show last week. That was outstanding. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I need to settle in with a glass of lemonade and some mixed nuts and see what we can do. John is here from from Scotland. There's Dave. Hey, Dave. Thank you so much. Dave and Kenny are going to be hosting the Streaming Idiots meetup at NAB coming up next Tuesday, a week from yesterday. So you won't want to miss that. And Rich and Ken are going to be actually producing the live stream. So it's going to be an all idiot affair. It's allergy season down here in the South. Oh my goodness. There's Kenny. Hey, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you out in Las Vegas. Chris is going to be there. Of course, Dave is going to be there. Scott's going to be there. Otis is going to be there. It'll be good to hang out with you guys again. It's going to be fun. I don't run with the wolf pack. I don't have the stamina for that anymore, but that's all right. Yeah, we're going to talk about Vizard and Newtek. We sure are. Show starts in 5 minutes, so we've got a few minutes left. I have mixed nuts in the chat, says Otis. I agree with that. And Pastor Pote? Anyway, it's Herman from Lake Wales, Florida. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you. I trust that PTZ Optics camera is doing everything you need it to do. Save up and we'll get you another one. And by the way, we don't normally do this, but Herman posted in the Streaming Idiots group some product that he's selling to try to recoup the money that he spent on the PTZ Optics camera, which is the reason why we're leaving that. Generally, we don't leave for sale items up in the Streaming Idiots group. So if you guys have, if you want to take a look at that and see if it's something you need, please do. And Herman, if you've still got it, please let us know. And if not, go ahead and just delete that post. Michael Graves says that Vizard sounds like something that goes kapooey with a puff of smoke. Roberto is here from Lima, Peru, and Greg is here from the Ukraine. Glad to have you. All right, yeah, the wolf pack will be running at NAB. You guys need to lock up the children and make sure you know where your women are. It's a pretty wild bunch. All right, we've got just another few minutes. As you can tell over here, we are using vMix Social to monitor the YouTube chat, and we're also monitoring the comments on the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page on Facebook. So if somebody posts a Facebook comment, it'll appear here with the Facebook notation next to it. Let's see if we can just post one. Let's make sure it be working. Eastern Shore Broadcasting. There we go. And it says we're live. That's good because we are. And we got the Streaming Idiots meetup at NAB coming up. And so we'll test the comments. Don't forget to sign up for the Streaming Idiots meetup at NAB 2019. Now let's edit that so that we got it right. Okay, and let's see if we can post that in there and if it'll post away. And Marco is here from Frankfurt, Germany. Welcome. Glad to have you, sir. And how did we do? Did it post in there? Haven't seen it yet. Did it show up there? Not yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, so about a, I don't know, 15-second latency, something like that. Can we post a link to the sign up? Streaming Idiots meetup. There it is. Let's see if we can post that link in Facebook and in YouTube. See if it'll allow us to post that link there. Sometimes it wants us to moderate the links if we're not, doing it the right way or something like that. Let's see, we'll go there, and we'll put that there. So there we go. All right. Very good. Alfredo is here from Inglewood, California. We've changed the embedded chat with YouTube chat. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And you know what? I wonder if there's a way to embed this chat. That would be a trick. It would have to be a live stream of the chat, but then you guys wouldn't be able to respond to it. Well, I'll have to work on that one. I'll have to work on that a little bit. Okay, we'll see. Tommy Willis is not saying where he's from. Like nobody knows. All right. Yeah, just say you're on the internet. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. Time to switch over to the other desk there. And make sure before we do anything else that we can see our audio over there. You can see one of them. We can see both of them. Okay, good. So we make sure our audio is running. P.A. Pence from Northern California, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. And Rich is here. Hey, Rich. I got some stuff I need to send you and Ken. And vMix is here. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. vMix is checking in from Las Vegas, Nevada for the pre-show. Oh, my word. Goodness gracious. vMix is in the house. And vMix is going to be bringing down the house next week at NAB. Yes, sir. Okay, so enough of this idle chit-chat. You guys chat amongst yourselves, and we'll go get ready for the show to start over there. So let's take my lemonade with me. And, oh, by the way, if you come to the Streaming Idiots meetup, you'll get an official lemonade koozie from Streaming Idiots. Yes, sir. We won't be using the vMix voice today, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right, let's see. Don't forget to mute your cell phone. Oh my goodness, look at all this. Can you see? That's the stuff that's waiting for me when I get back. Got a big old PC to build. Did not hear back from him. Okay, just answering a few texts there. And we'll have to get back to that text because that's going to be a long answer. All right, so there we go. And goodness gracious, if you're sending me an email right now, I promise I'll answer it later. All right, Randy's there. Randy is in Kentucky, and he's taken on a new assignment at Jack Burford Chevrolet. He produces the digital media in-house now. Cool. Good job. If I can help you, let me know. All right. Mike wants to know, will we be giving away vMix voice at NAB? You know, vMix is in the chat right now. I'll let them answer that because I can't speak for what they will do at NAB, only what I will do at NAB. The meetup this year is in Las Vegas at NAB. We'll talk about that in just a second. All right, very good. All right, y'all sit tight. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. In fact, let's go ahead and we'll switch over to the empty view. Did I screw something up here? Oh golly, I probably did. Oh no, there it is. Phew. There it is. All right, that's the one I want. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's the main shot. All right, sit tight. Sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. Don't go anywhere. All right. Do y'all remember that show 3 weeks ago when it was like this? Yep. Well, I fixed that, at least supposedly. We'll see. Oh, let's get that mic right. We've been doing all sorts of things in the studio, and the mic is not right. Let's see if that's about right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. This is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun today. These are my show notes. Yep, show notes. This is my lemonade. Yep. This is my X-Keys XK80. By the way, we've got these in stock now. And it is, as you can see, it's gradually filling up with more and more and more buttons as I have more and more things I want to do. But, you know, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You know, I got the stream button here and the record button there. And one day I'm going to have to go back and reorganize it and make sure that it works right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can put the chat up there. There we go. Very good. Very good. And we're delighted to have vMix in the house tonight on the show. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? We'll just sort of work through it one step at a time. Oh my gosh, where is he? He's gone. Okay, hold on. We screwed up. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Stop the recording. Stop everything. What happened? All right, I don't know what happened here. I got messing around with some things, and I messed with the wrong thing, obviously. Virtual opening. Where's virtual opening? And multi-view is number 17. Sit tight. Number 17 doesn't have anything in it. So what if we did that? And then we did that. Nope. There we go. There we go. Hold on. The best laid plans. All right, let's try that again. Walking away from the desktop. Walking back on the set. Changing mics. Oh my goodness. What did we do? I changed a bunch of things. Yeah, today's guest is the Invisible Man. Tom is wearing a green screen, one of those clingy green screen thingies. Okay, enough of that idle nonsense. Let's go do a show. There we go. It's me, Tom Sinclair, on Streaming Idiots. It actually worked. Yeah, are you as surprised as I am? Anyway, glad to have you here today. Really excited. So much news, you know, so many cool things happening. We got to get into the Vizard thing and the PTZ Optics thing and the NAB thing and the vMix voice thing. I mean, just, you know, the doors are getting blown off this whole live streaming gig. It is absolutely amazing. But before I forget, I want to give a big shout out to Dave Edwards for taking this chair. I had to ship it out to California. I just got it back this morning. Oh no, what did we do? Oh my gosh, sorry about that. I was getting demonstrative about the chair, and I've got my X-Keys XK80 right here in my lap. And I obviously hit the button that said, hey, bring in your guest. There's no guest today. I was giving a shout out to Dave Edwards. Should have had him on as a guest, as a matter of fact. But thank you so much, Dave, for taking over the show last week. And in fact, Dave and Kenny Hampton are going to be doing the, not the Streaming Idiot show next week, but next Tuesday. Yeah, that's Save the Date. Where's my Save the Date? It's right there. There we go. Save the date. April 9th, which is Tuesday at NAB at 6 o'clock at the PTZ Optics booth, which is booth C3326, and we'll say this a bunch of times. We're going to have the Streaming Idiots meetup. We got our posters in, and that's actually a literal poster. I mean, it's a piece of paper, and we'll have the posters up at the different sponsors' booths. There's PTZ Optics as a sponsor, and Magewell is a sponsor. They're up in the Central Hall. No, there's South Upper Hall. vMix is a sponsor, and then of course X-Keys is a sponsor, and X-Keys and vMix will be kind of close to each other in the South Lower Hall. PTZ Optics will be in the Central Hall, and then Magewell will be upstairs. You'll see a poster in their booth, and that's to remind you that you need to pick up a ticket at their booth on Tuesday. Only Tuesday can you pick up the ticket that will allow you re-entry into the Central Hall after hours Tuesday night for the Streaming Idiots meetup. You won't want to miss this meetup. This is, you know, I'd like to hype it and say this is the premier event at NAB, but let me put it this way. This will be the most underwhelming event at NAB. But really it's the people that make the event, not the location, not the stuff, all that, you know, it's no buzzes and whirs. We will be doing a live stream. Kenny and Dave will be doing the live stream. Rich and Ken will be actually producing the live stream on the PTC Optics PC that we built for them a while back. And so they'll be behind the monitors, behind the cameras, and Kenny and Dave will be interviewing some of the sponsors and other notable dignitaries there at the party. It's going to be a great party. I hope you can come. It's going to be Tuesday night, April 9th at 6 o'clock local time at the PTZ Optics booth which is C3326. If you're square, be there. How about that? It's going to be where all the cool nerdy people hang out. Although NAB is probably mostly nerdy people anyway. Nevertheless, that's the biggest deal. Excuse me, I'm getting over a little allergy or something I picked up somewhere. Big news, I think. Let's see if we can bring this one in to replace that one. Vizard, is that how you pronounce it? Vizard. And Newtek, and I'm going to read. I'm going to try to get through this news release so that I get all the details for you correctly. And this is from the news release that was made, I guess, Monday. Who makes a major announcement like this on April Fool's Day? I mean, do you want people to scratch their heads and say, is this true? Is this really happening? Is Vizard and Newtek are going to combine? Well, here's the deal. Vizard, the world's leading provider of visual storytelling tools for media content creators, has acquired, keyword acquired, Newtek, the world leader in IP-based, software-driven live video production solutions. Interesting comment there about software-driven. The acquisition creates the largest company in the broadcast space that is dedicated to enabling IT-based video production. The goal is to make it possible for people to tell their story using video, whether they're a kid in the classroom or a Tier 1 broadcaster. The combined companies emerge as the driving force in the transition to IP video for live production with NDI and also SMPTE 2110, with each one serving different needs. So NDI apparently is not going away. The new company, the combined company, will deliver flexible end-to-end workflows for all levels of production and software-based products and services for media, sports, entertainment, education, enterprise, and last but probably definitely not least, esports. Michael, and I'm sure I'm gonna butcher his last name. It's spelled Halle with the accent on it, N. So maybe it's Helene. He's the CEO at Verts, and he says that combining our organizations. Notice he didn't say we acquired Newtek. He said we're just merging. Everybody comes in as equals. Combining our organization allows us to pursue our joint vision of software-based video production, leveraging the power and flexibility of computing and IT-based systems. He also says the combined business will be very well positioned to deliver turnkey systems that give creative power to any organization that has ambitions of producing content for any platform. Turnkey. Okay, so hardware, software. That's the way I'm reading it. So the combination is a perfect match. Complementary software-based technology that creates an end-to-end workflow for the growing content creation market, a dedication to growing the adoption, strength, and accessibility of IP technology for all markets, so NDI is not going away, and a valuable channel network in place that will benefit from taking a wider portfolio of products to customers. The new company combines the brilliant minds, here's the bone to Andrew Cross, combines the brilliant minds that invented the NDI protocol with the innovators that have invented already template-driven real-time graphics. The company will be R&D focused with the vision of providing the software-based video technology that is the foundation of the media industry. And then here's a quote from Dr. Cross. Taking advantage of computational software and network technology to make video more accessible and fun to create has always been Newtek's mission. These changes have revolutionized the way stories are told worldwide, allowing anyone to create and share a video. The tools from our two companies have fueled the video revolution, from kids in classrooms, Little League games, web shows, to the highest points of broadcasting news and sports. The combined company represents one of the most disruptive changes for the video industry in decades. However, the goal remains the same: to build a new world of IT-based technology to grow the reach and impact for anyone with a story to share. Now, here's what I take away from that. because it was said, I think, like 3 times. Software-based, software-based, software-based. Well, golly gee. Some people will say, well, yeah, Newtek was a software-based company from the very beginning. Yeah, but there was always a hardware element to it. So it was a hardware-software marriage. You couldn't just say it was a software only. But the fact that they keep emphasizing software-based, to me, gives validation to the path that vMix has gone on, because vMix is software only. You provide your own platform. vMix provides the muscle to make that platform really work, and I'm thrilled. I take that as complete validation that, number one, I picked the right horse to hook up my buggy to, and that's vMix, and number two, that the powers to be have recognized that indeed software-based is going to be best. You know, really interesting to see that Wirecast has kind of flowed back towards a hardware-software solution, and we'll see if my prediction from 2016 eventually comes true, that they abandon that platform and stay software only. We will see. We will see. Well, that's not the only news that was fit to print. Let's see if we can get that graphic out of there. There we go. The other news that came down this week is that PTZ Optics has announced a wireless cabling system for IP control and communication with the PTC Optics NDI cameras. So this is it doesn't take many of you long to see that basically this is just a simple wireless network with about a 300 megabit per second bandwidth. So, not big enough for full NDI, or at least not too many full NDIs, because a full NDI picture is going to go, 100 and 120 megabits per second. Doesn't take long to fill up 300 megabits per second worth of bandwidth on that. But for NDI HX, which the PTC Optics cameras have, and which work quite well, I've used them and continue to use them, that bandwidth, you're going to use 10, maybe 15 megabits per second for each camera. 300 megabits per second provides plenty of headroom for a ton of cameras. They'll be introducing, they just announced it this week. I suspect that will be at their booth C3326 at NAB. So you will definitely want to stop by the PTC Optics booth and check out this new wireless technology. Now, the first question that dawned on me, and you got to remember the name of this show is the Streaming Idiot Show, was that, how are they going to make PoE work over this wireless cable? And just, it's got to be some new radiant electricity pulse beam that powers the cameras remotely from this wireless transmitter. We'll have to see how that works in real life. So anyway, so you definitely want to probably there's going to be, let me back up to the Vizard. It just sounds like something that goes up in a puff of smoke, from a PC. Vizard. And that's it. It's gone. There's going to be the Sunday night Newtek. I won't call it a party. It's more of a reception show kind of thing that's going to be held at NAB this coming Sunday night. So my guess is this combination of Vizard and Newtek will be front and center, and probably the only thing that's talked about there. It's typically a collection of the Newtek resellers, but it's also open to anybody else that wants to come. I've registered, so I'll be there. Don't want to miss out on getting my free Vizard t-shirt or whatever they might have as swag this year. That's Sunday night. And then PTZ Optics, of course, will be open Monday through Thursday, showing off the new wireless cabling system, among other things. There are rumors that I've heard from people that are not within the PTZ Optics organization that 4K cameras are in the mix and could possibly be announced. So that would be really, really cool. We'll have to wait and kind of see with that. So you definitely want to get by the PTC Optics booth at C3326 and see all of that stuff. Let's see, what else can we say about that? Yeah, we got a couple folks in chat who are like, does that have PoE? Maybe it's some sort of ray gun technology. Yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how all that works out. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Let's see. We'll get that one out of the way. Just finished up today the build on the church giveaway PC, PTZ Optics and vMix and Eastern Shore Broadcasting, my company, and Magewell and X Keys have all combined efforts to put together an outstanding streaming package. You know, I mean, I've been playing with it, and I'm tempted to switch it out and keep it and send something else. But it's a really cool system. It's going to be great for a church. Last time I saw, there were about 120 churches registered. So, you know, you stand a pretty darn good chance of getting your ticket pulled. I think with the previous one, there were like, you know, 9,000 people registered or something like that. So it's not too late to register. I don't recall if somebody in chat can remember the URL where you can go to register. It's something like churchpcgiveaway.com or something. But if somebody's got that and can post it there, you may have to fudge the .com part, because YouTube will probably, YouTube will probably make me moderate that, and I won't be there. So anyway, that's going to be great, and I'll be working with the church that receives that to help them get it set up right, and help them learn to use it, and provide technical support for them. It's going to be a blast. I'm really excited for the church that gets that. Really, really cool. Let's see, how are we doing on time here? We're okay on time. We've got a few minutes left. Churchgiveaway.com. Thank you very much. That's Tess in the chat that says churchgiveaway.com. Churchgiveaway.com. No spaces, no underscores, no dashes. The only dot is before the com. Churchgiveaway.com. And it's not too late. It's not too late to enter. Not too late to enter. Tommy Willis says, Tom, if I win, you won. Well, we'll wait and see, Tommy. If you win, then I'll do what I was going to do. Well, we'll talk about that later. I haven't gotten to that point. Let's talk a little bit about NAB. NAB. I'm really excited about NAB. Holy cow, am I excited about NAB. I want you, if you're at NAB, I want you to visit me right here at the vMix booth in the Southern Lower Hall, booth 7927. Now, the way the Southern Lower Hall is organized, and if you look on that map in the bottom right corner, you kind of see that blue dot. Well, that's the vMix booth. And then if you go all the way to the left, you kind of see that rotunda looking thing, that big half circle. That's where you enter. So you're going to enter there. You're going to enter the building there, then you're going to go through security, and you'll probably end up walking down the center hall between Black Magic and, who is that? Grass Valley, I think, across the hall from them. So keep walking down that hall. Don't even stop. Don't even look over at Black Magic. Go all the way to the steps, and come down the steps, and then go straight about one booth and take a right, and then go to the end, and you'll be at the vMix booth. Now, you'll want to get there early in the day so that you've got plenty of time to come back and explore, because if it's really crowded, you may not be able to get to see all the stuff that you want to see. So you want to make sure you get there early enough in the day that you've got time to play with the PCs that are there and see the new vMix 22 and kind of hear whatever thoughts there might be about, oh, I don't know, vMix 23 maybe? I don't know. There'll be guided tours from NAB coming by the booth, so there'll be a lot of people there. So you want to make sure you've got time to probably come back 2 or 3 times to the vMix booth. That way you can get 2 or 3 mouse pads. I mean, if no other reason, you could corner the mouse pad, the vMix mouse pad trade in your neck of the woods by visiting several times. And I have no idea what other kind of swag they've got. The promises were just amazing. I wanted them to give away Land Rovers, but they wouldn't do that. I also wanted them to have a petting zoo of kangaroos, and they wouldn't do that. Apparently, NAB has got some sort of silly rule about having live animals. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with live animals with 100,000 people in the same room? Can't imagine, but it would sure get in the papers. Kangaroos, wild kangaroos escape. And Black Magic is an Australian company, so maybe they would go down and hang out with them. Anyway, so make sure that you come by the vMix booth, and that is Southern Lower Hall, 7927. Now, as an added bonus at no extra charge, I could have been a carnival barker, as an added bonus, you are only mere steps away from PI Engineering and X Keys. That's right. You are steps away from X Keys. And so you can stop by and see the X Key exhibit, the X Key booth, which has always got really cool stuff, and come by and see Dan and Miranda and Maggie and the whole crew. You get to meet the whole team. They're really delightful folks, and that's probably another booth that you want to plan to visit more than once. And then after you do that, then you can head upstairs to the South Upper Hall. I don't have the booth number, but you can find it to see the Magewell booth, because Magewell has got, I've got it right over there. We'll just pretend, I'll put it back, I'll edit this back in later. Magewell has got this new device right here that will take your either HDMI or SDI 4K feed or HD feed and convert it to full, true, 100% NDI. That's right. So if you just bought a Canon F705 or whatever the 4K cameras were that we used last weekend, you can convert that to NDI, put it on your network, and have the same amount of latency as it would if it was connected to SDI. And you only have to run an Ethernet cable to it. And oh, by the way, that could be PoE, depending on what the camera will do. They also have got separate boxes that will work as decoders. So if you want to send an NDI feed out for a TV or a projector or a LED wall or whatever, you can decode that to HDMI or SDI on the other end. And wait, there's more. If you order now. And I'm not sure where they are in the process, but they're very close to taking their encoder, which takes HDMI or SDI and encodes it to NDI. They're very close to taking that encoder with a firmware update and making it also become a decoder. Now, I don't think that'll do both at the same time. It'll either encode or decode, but really cool. I think the Magewell 4K device that you see in my hand right here is about $1,000 and will have encode and decode capability. And then the HD is maybe $5.99, something like that. Don't quote me, but we do have them in our store at easternshorebroadcasting.com. Whoops, right down there. So you'll want to take a look at those. And a big shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly O, thank you so much for helping me straighten out my website store. And now all the products are neatly arranged on the shelves the way they were before. She reached out to me yesterday and said, Tom, your products are not evenly organized on the shelves. Would you like me to fix that for you? And I said, sure. And she said, oh, well, even though you don't know me, send me your login and your password. No, actually, Kimberly and I go way back. So, but she fixed it for me. So big shout out to Kimberly O. Thank you so much. You are just a lifesaver. And I wish all sorts of blessings on you and your family. And so sorry that you can't come to NAB again this year. She missed last year, but she was a big part of the vMix team. She does tech support for vMix and is a superior human being. we've run over by time just a little bit, but who else did I want to give a shout out to? Golly gee. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Paul and Tess and all the PTZ Optics team for hosting the Streaming Idiots meetup this year. You know, it's hardly any work on their part. No, it's a huge effort on their part. I am so grateful to Paul and Tess and the rest of the PTZ Optics team for making their booth available this year for the Streaming Idiots meetup. You know, shout out and hat tip to Scott Whitney for letting us meet at his studio, the Podwork studio there in Las Vegas, the last 2 years. You know, Scott would have taken us this year, but I was just so concerned that if we had a mammoth crowd bigger than last year's, and it could be, that it would be just too many people and somebody would bump a camera, you know, somebody would accidentally step on a microphone, you know, that there would be some damage. And Scott is a quality guy, and that's how he makes his living, and we don't want to take advantage of that. And we actually looked into getting a tent for the outside, but we'd have to get a tent, we'd have to get chairs, we'd have to get tables, and we'd have to get heaters because it's like 50 degrees at night in Las Vegas this time of year. And it was going to cost us $4 or $5 grand, and it wasn't the best use of sponsor money. And again, shout out to our sponsors, PTZ Optics, Magewell, vMix, X Keys. Really appreciate them. They'll be providing the kind of the behind the scene things that we need to make this happen. NAB has some rules that we have to follow that generally involve writing a check for having certain kinds of people there. And then, of course, to have lemonade and mixed nuts. Lemonade in Las Vegas is so expensive. Holy cow. You'd think they don't know what a lemon is. I mean, it's just like lemons are almost as expensive as shrimps. Gee whiz. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Kenny says, you mentioned a meetup sign-in URL. Is this correct? I don't see it there on the screen right now, but if you go to Facebook and if you go to either the Streaming Idiots group or to the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page, if you're not a member of the group, you can go to the Eastern Shore Broadcasting page on Facebook and sign up to for the Streaming Idiots event. Streaming Idiots event at the PTZ Optics booth C. That means Central 3326. You'll need a ticket to get in. You will need a ticket to get in. Repeat after me. I will need a ticket to get in. I can only pick up a ticket on Tuesday. NAB prints the tickets that morning. So we're going to have them at the PTZ Optics booth in Central Hall. We're going to have them at the Magewell booth in Southern Upper Hall, and we'll have them at the PTZ at the X Keys booth and the vMix booth. And look for a poster like this, because that's where you can get your ticket. And it'll be, obviously, the sponsored by PTZ Optics will be at their booth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Okay. So yeah, it will be in the 80s. Actually, it'll be in the 80s during the week. I think it's predicted to be 89 on Wednesday, but apparently it cools down pretty quickly at nighttime. Ken says, will we need a ticket to get out? Well, Ken, that's not my problem. Goodness gracious. Don't tease me like that. Oh my gosh. You will need a, Rich says, did he say we need a ticket to get in? Yeah, obviously Rich did not repeat after me. You will need to go to the PTZ Optics booth, the X Keys booth, the vMix booth, or the Magewell booth to get your ticket. And frankly, you need to visit all those booths anyway. And Scott says, I'm working NAB all day Monday and Tuesday. How do we get a ticket? Scott, if you will text me or email me or send me a Facebook message to remind me, I'll make sure that tickets get delivered to you guys. I need to know where you are, of course. RJ Murdoch, my good friend from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, is going to be handling the ticket distribution on Tuesday. Kudos to RJ, and many thanks for his assistance with that. with any of this stuff, when you entrust this stuff to idiots, you never know what's going to happen. So this is the plan. This is the plan. All right, Rich says he thinks, oh no, vMix says that it's crickets, not tickets. So so if you want your cricket, they'll be available at the sponsors booth. You need a cricket to get in. That's right. Now we're not talking about, and Dan says you need rickets. So this train has gone off the rails. Time for the post show. Time for the post show. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We will see you next week live at NAB, and as they say in Las Vegas, we'll be there all week. So come visit us. I'll be at the vMix booth, which is in the Southern Lower Hall, 7927, close to X Keys. PTZ Optics will be in the Central Hall at 3326, and Magewell will be in the Southern Upper Hall, and I'll figure out what that is because I got to go see those guys at some point too. So anyway, have fun. Stick around for the post show, and we'll have, oh, golly, I've almost forgot this. Well, I didn't forget it. We did talk about it. Anyway, we will be doing Streaming Idiots next Wednesday, but we'll be coming live from the floor of NAB at the PTZ Optics booth. And PTZ Optics has been so generous as to host the show. So hopefully we'll have, maybe some of their team on the show with us. So you want to tune in for that. That'll be next Wednesday at regular time. It'll be noon in Las Vegas, 3 on the East Coast, and who knows what time it'll be in Europe because they just went to summertime time. So, we'll figure it out. Okay, stick around. We'll be right back with some post-show. All right, we're back. I think I'm just going to hang out here and not go back to the other desk because I can see the chat here, and this chairs. Well, actually, the chairs are about the same, but I just like this. Plus, it's got this cool poster. We ought to give away these posters. We'll all autograph them and give them away. All right, so. The Streaming Idiots meetup will be live streamed, the interviews from it and the giveaways, and we will have a replay of that available after the fact. And there was no sound with the closing animation. Well, that's no good. Gee whiz. That's my favorite song. It's, don't tell anybody, but I put that song on my phone, and when I fly, I listen to it because I don't ever get to hear it here. So, yeah. I'll blame it on Newtek. So let's see, we got Mike here, we got Michael here, we got Rich here, we got Richard here, we got Jan here, we got Yandon. Yandon? No, not really. So it'll be in the 50s and 60s at night in Las Vegas. That's Fahrenheit, of course. And the high 70s to high 80s during the daytime. It will be probably pretty brutal if you're out walking on like Wednesday and Thursday. So, go to the Streaming Idiots meetup Tuesday night, sleep late Wednesday morning. Come on over to NAB and hang out with me at the vMix booth and the PTZ Optics booth on Wednesday. I'll be there at noon for the Streaming Idiots show. And then I think Paul and Tess are going to do a mobile stream from the vMix booth. I think that may be on Tuesday, and we'll be talking about church live streaming. So we'll try to get a schedule up so that you guys know when to come watch. All right, boy, they're going too quickly. What will become of kids from Newtek? Oh, Kiki from Newtek. Oh, that's a good question. I suspect she'll still be there. She's a fixture. Emanula is here. Welcome. John is here making drum sounds. Tim says that it's cool in the day and cold at night. I assume that's Tim. There in Las Vegas right now. It's supposed to warm up, though. It's supposed to be 89 degrees Fahrenheit on Wednesday. Dun, 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 dun. What day do you fly in? Chris, I'm flying in on Friday in hopes that I can meet with some clients over the weekend and maybe even help out some folks doing stuff in their booths. Plus, we need to get all this ticket stuff arranged and the posters up and that stuff. Anderson says it's always warm in the Caribbean. Well, maybe we ought to have NAB in the Caribbean. Oh, my goodness. Kenny says, I registered for the meetup, but so I understand everyone who comes needs to register through Eventbrite. Kenny will probably be pulling those lists just to get a head count, but the reason you're registering is so that we can have some sort of clue of how many people to come and how many peanuts to get, and how much lemonade to stock. So that's the reason, but you still need to get a ticket. That's the thing. You got to get a ticket in order to get there. Jan says, streaking was only necessary last year. Yeah, that would have been the Wolfpack. That's not my group. Jan is humming the theme song. Amanula, did I pronounce your name right? I just upgraded my vMix to 22. It's amazing. I tried voice shortcut, just wow. It's really kind of interesting, that whole vMix voice thing, because vMix voice, came right on the heels of vMix. What was that other vMix thing? Hologram, vMix hologram, and there actually is a vMix trigger that does listen to your voice, and based on the amount of audio in it, will switch cameras. So there you go. Chris will be there Saturday. He'll be on the convention floor helping out as well. He'll come by and say hello. Chris, what group are you helping out? Rich says, is anyone in Los Angeles this weekend? Feel free to stop by my gig at Huntington Beach, south of the pier. For the rest of y'all, he'll meet us at NAB on Tuesday. All right, Rich, that's Los Angeles this weekend, south of the pier in Huntington Beach. When will you folks host a Streaming Idiots cruise? Well, there's an idea. We had a Streaming Idiots meetup in Atlanta this past weekend. You missed that. Jan says, is anyone in Gothenburg? Feel free to come by. Angered will be there all weekend. All right. All right. And Michael wants to know, is the voice driven by Cortina? Well, I suspect not, but it's just a guess. John reminds us that nothing can compete with vMix Power if you can afford the license costs. Actually, it's the electricity bill that you'll need with vMix Power, because it just uses a lot of juice. Dave Edwards says vMix Voice is really in there. There is a setting in the main settings to activate voice shortcuts. Well, there you go. I need to upgrade. Chris is helping out PTZ Optics. Ah, good deal. All right. Jan says, my Swedish is good. Okay, well, yeah, tongue in cheek. All right. So, PTZ Optics, booth C3326. And what's the question? It's kind of like Jeopardy. What's the question? The answer is PTZ Optics booth C3326. The question is, where's the Streaming Idiots meetup? Tuesday night, April 9th 6 p.m. local time. The question is, what time is the Streaming Idiots meetup? Anything you want. What's the question for that? Anything you want is the answer. Post your question in either the Eastern Shore Broadcasting Facebook comment, anything you want, what's the question, or the YouTube chat. Anything you want is the answer. What is the question? Jan says you said Angered, almost perfect, aka more correct than a Dane. Anderson says vMix hookup on a Caribbean cruise would be fantastic every day in a different island and stream in the night while at sea or in a port while sailing. There you go. Dave says the tongue-in-cheek gives you the perfect pronunciation. Well, there you go. So the answer is anything you want. What is the question? What is the question? We got to have an answer here quickly. Got to have an answer quickly. I mean, got to have a question that's really the answer if we were playing Jeopardy. Rich says, the question is, what type of lemonade is available? John Thompson says, what should I wear? We have a winner. John Thompson, what should I wear? Anything you want, but you have to wear something. Jan says, most Swedes say that all Danes talk like they have a large potato in their mouth. Golly. Stick to English. Stick to English. So you should wear anything you want. Anything below the knee. That's right. Anything you want. And there'll be prizes. Oh, we didn't talk about the prizes. Oh my gosh, we'll be giving away a PTZ Optics camera. We'll be giving away a vMix license. We'll be giving a Magewell Pro Convert device. We'll be giving away an X Keys. And then there'll be some other goodies too. Tommy Willis wants to wear Speedos to the NAB meetup. Tommy, I am telling security to turn you away at the door. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are too funny. All right. Hey, Cliff, I did watch a lot of more of your show yesterday than I intended to because your guest was just so interesting. Cliff does the Streamcast Network. If you haven't watched his show, well, the Streamcast Network is his company. The show is called Anatomy of an Entrepreneur. And he had a young woman on there yesterday that went out to Hollywood to try to make it as a makeup artist and ended up making it as a dog walker and has become almost internationally famous as a dog walker. And it was a tremendous story. And Cliff, if you'll post the URL so that anybody can watch the replay, I'm going to order her book because she wrote a book about it's like the tales of a dog walker. I think something like that was really well done. Very obviously a very talented woman. She's a writer. She's invented a product and brought it to market, but yet she's kind of makes her living as a dog walker. It's an interesting dichotomy there, which I personally can identify with. Really cool. So if you guys have a chance to see that, surely, post the URL if you can, Cliff. It was a really good story, and well done. We need to work on some of the cuts, but the pet sitter's tale. There you go. That's the name of the story. And now we want the URL. You may have to type out the word dot. You may have to post it in more than one post in order to get it to go through. But it was really nicely done show. Yeah. John says she was barking up the wrong tree with the whole makeup career. Well, John, you really need to watch the story. She's a very talented woman. It would not be fair having vMix call and can't participate in meetups. Well, you can watch and you can chat, but you can't call in. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do that. Cliff says he wasn't directing. If I was critical of the cuts, he wasn't directing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of who shows up as a guest at this little soiree. Last year we had some folks kind of slip in that I wasn't expecting. And so it was quite interesting to have some people there. I don't want to be a name dropper, or at least not this time. But you never know who you're going to meet there. You never know who you're going to meet. But I'll tell you who you will meet at the Streaming Idiots meetup at NAB on Tuesday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at the PTZ Optics booth C3326, where you need a special ticket that you can only get on Tuesday at the PTZ Optics booth, the vMix booth, the Magewell booth, or the X-Keys booth. What you will see there is me and Tim from vMix, and Dan from X-Keys, and Daryl from Magewell, and Paul and Tess from PTZ Optics. And here's what you ought to do. You ought to go to the vMix booth before Tuesday night and get a mouse pad. Get 2 mouse pads, one to keep, and then use the other one to collect signatures of these rising stars at the Streaming Idiots meetup. You get Tess's signature and Tim's signature, autograph. That's what you want. You want their autograph. Get Tess's autograph, Paul's, get Dan's autograph, get Maggie's autograph, get Miranda's autograph. Yeah. That's going to be great. Get as many autographs as you can. We probably ought to have a contest and see whoever gets the most autographs. But you can't fake it. All right, Dan says he's got to go. See us next week at NAB. Going to be great. Yes, Tess will be there. Dan will be there. And Dan, I want to get you a poster. I've got it made. And what I'm going to do is mount it on a big foam core board and get an easel. And maybe you can just throw it in your booth somewhere. If not, that's okay. But we will be going. We will be sending tickets to you on Tuesday. Jan is telling Marie that he's going to Vegas. You guys really need to come one year. I mean, just make it one of those, bucket list kind of things. It'll be a ton of fun. It'll be a ton of fun. It'll really be an adventure, especially if you've never been to Las Vegas ever at all. I mean, I think just NAB is an adventure, but if you've never been to Las Vegas, it'll be a double adventure. Yeah. All right. Cliff's going to be there. That's right. Cliff's coming in. A lot of folks are coming in, and you get to meet a lot of these people that you hear us talk about, and you get to meet the people that are in the chat. It definitely will be worth it. Definitely will be worth it. Cliff, are you coming by yourself? I know you're not coming by yourself. Sam is here. Hey, Sam. He wants a Tom Sinclair autograph. Oh, man, the check is in the mail. Woo! Yeah. Well, I want a Sam Ricard autograph. Actually, I want you to come on the show again. And let's do another weather show. That was a lot of fun and got a lot of interest. Dan says he can do the poster. Okay, great. And you know what? Well, we'll talk about that later. Dan says, if we can get a Dan Sinclair autograph, now that's worth something. Huh. If we can catch Dan signing it in person, that would be worth something. John Lynn says, by the way, I hate Las Vegas. Well, Jan, I do too. The last 3 times I've gone to NAB, I have not set foot in a casino. I have not lost a dollar. Even the one-armed bandits in the airport don't get me. Grab a foot-long hot dog and the slots. Oh, fun casino for $1. It's located in front of Circus. Well, there you go. Oh, Kane's here. Hello, Kane. I hope you can make it. Kane was at the meetup last year. Kane, you're going to be busy with this new Vizards. Tess is a married woman, happily married too, with a beautiful young son. Yep. But she is a delight, as is her son, as is her husband. Never met the son, but I've met the couple. Yep. In fact, she was her first time to Vegas last year. Tess, are you still here? I'm telling stories on you, but it's not a bad story. It shows the wisdom of a 26-year-old. Her husband came with her, and he was there most of the week. I don't think he was there all week, but he was there most of the week. And how smart was that? Just on like 50 different levels. That's wisdom in a marriage. Like it a lot. You know, when you're old like me, it doesn't matter. My wife says, if you want to go do something, not really. She is not married to her son. She has a son and she has a husband. She's married to the husband, and together they have the son. And Kane is getting used to eating lutefisk. Okay, Jan, do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. Gee whiz. But I'm looking forward to the In-N-Out Burger, which is right across the street from my hotel. I'm staying in a brand new hotel that is, I think it's maybe a couple of blocks off the strip on one end of the strip. The convention center's on the other end of the strip, so it takes forever to get there. Whew, excuse me. Yeah, John says, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that's what the people in Las Vegas would like you to think, so you go do wild and crazy things. But, you know, people of wisdom, people of integrity, don't check their integrity and their wisdom at the gate when they enter Las Vegas. You know, smart people stay smart. Yeah. Jan is giving dietary advice there. Oh, Chris will be eating at White Castle. You know, I've never eaten at White Castle. Is that worth the trip? And somebody's name is here who I can't pronounce your name. You'll have to help me with it phonetically. He said, I wish I could come to the meetup. Maybe you guys could come to Europe, ISE, Amsterdam, and organize the next meetup there next year, maybe. I've thought about trying to get over for the, what's the show in September in Amsterdam? IBC? IBC, is that it? I think that would be a ton of fun to go over there and bring my spouse, my wife Sandy, and see Amsterdam and Holland, and then work at IBC. If somebody had had me, you know, I only speak English. Okay, you can call me Fox. There, that's a good one. Fox, you got it. All right. Dave likes crystal. Well, we have crystal here. I think I was talking about something that you can't get here. IBC, thank you, Kane. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was searching for. Kane goes to IBC. Kane, how many languages do you speak? I think you speak a couple. Yeah, it would be cool to have a Streaming Idiots meetup at IBC. I'll begin to explore whether that's a possibility. You know, the fall is when American football is around, and so it's hard to, All right, White Castle is on Fremont Street across from where we're staying. It's pretty good, not worth planning a trip around it, though. Okay. All right, Rich, back to work. We'll see you Tuesday. I'll be in touch before then. I want to send you all the codes and keys and all that stuff. And I'll probably go ahead and load up the PTZ Optics PC with a bunch of resources for the Tuesday night event. Jan said we can make it a meetup. They did have a small one in 2018. Yeah, I heard about that. That's good. Whataburger. Oh, yeah, we have Whataburger here. That's great. White Castle is similar to Crystal. Oh, when you said like White Castle, I thought you meant when you said like Crystal, I thought you meant I like Crystal, not White Castle is like Crystal. Then I can pass on that. Crystals, man, they'll stay with you for 8 or 10 hours. Tommy likes grits. Habit Burger. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Well, Stegflisk is hard to beat. I'll take your word for it. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. Okay. I can see we're degrading into talking about foods. So everybody must be getting hungry, including me. All right. Well, I've got to go grab some PC components and put together a PC and get ready for the NAB trip. I have 42 pairs of black pants and 13 pairs of orange sneakers, but only 4 vMix shirts. But they're lasting a while. I've had them for 3 years, and this will only be the 3rd time I've worn any of them. So I think we're safe there. Although it would be nice. Are we going to wear T-shirts one day, Tim? That would be fun. Jim's here. Hey, Jim. Well, I hope you'll make it to the meetup, and I would be honored if you would bring your camera. That would be just so cool. I loved your photographs from last year. Yes, Alabama, we lost our AAF pro football team this weekend. In fact, the entire league folded. Chris says that Whataburger started down there near him. Well, that's good. Amnon is here. Welcome, sir. Kane speaks English and JavaScript. Okay. Schlepped Fleisch is thick slabs of bacon served with boiled potatoes and parsley sauce. Well, that sounds pretty darn good. I'll have some of that, please. Right now. I'm hungry. All right, Troy's here. He says, thanks for the stream. Have fun at NAB. Thank you, Troy. Tune in. The show will be live next Wednesday from NAB, and Tuesday night there will be, I guess I think the stream starts at 6:30, 6:45 Pacific time, which will be like 9:45 Eastern time. We'll post that. vMix says, bring a shirt if you have one. I have one, but it's a tight fit. I'll see if I can stretch it out. There we go. There we go. Jim says you got it. Oh, good. Oh, that's great, Jim. Thank you so much. Now, remember, Jim, you've got to get a ticket to get into this event. You can get a ticket at the PTZ Optics booth. Right there. Or at the vMix booth, I'll have some. Or at the X-Keys booth, or at the Magewell booth. So there's the trick. Schlegfleisch is great. Jens cooked me some when I was there. Oh, there you go. Dave says there are several The Habit Burger grills in Las Vegas. You must check it out. Well, show me, Dave. Jan says, so on the Will's list for when Tom comes visiting, Schlegfleisch and homemade Danish. Well, there you go. All right. Ron Lindsay says, how do you get a vMix shirt? Maybe we'll have one to give away at the Streaming Idiots meetup. Alan's here. Hey, Al. Sorry to hear about your car, dude. Hope the new one, oh, that's right, it's a company car that's replacing. Otis says go vegan for the rest of the week. Yeah. There's about that much chance of that happening. Are you kidding? Oh, man, I love going to Las Vegas to eat. Tim and I ate in this great Italian restaurant last year. And, of course, one of my favorite quick meals is the In-N-Out burger. And I went to some casino. I did go into the casino. That's right. I went to the casino because I had to find a restaurant because it was late at night and everything around was closed. I think it was like 2 in the morning or something, which was 4 in the morning, my body time. Oh boy, it was brutal. It's just, I know, I'm just such a party animal. What can I say? Oh my goodness. All right. All right, well, let's sew this puppy up. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. It's been a lot of fun. and I'm going to let the stream run for a little bit so that so it doesn't cut you right off. And then I will see you in Las Vegas. Tim, if you need any help over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, holler to me. My schedule is flexible. I've got a couple clients I'm trying to meet with while I'm there, just so that I can go see their studios. Really, that's what I want to do more than anything else. I am not contagious. It's just allergies. Yeah, Bacardi and honey. We did try. What was it? My wife cooked me up some honey and peppermint, and that helped. Chris says, if you like steak, I know the place to go. Oh, okay. Let's talk. Very good. Ron says he's stuck in a wheelchair. He can't go to Vegas. Ron, Vegas is like super accessible. You'd be amazed. And NAB is super accessible. Tommy says, I remember Alan Bunt from Tom's show long ago gave me inspiration to start at my church. Well, there you go, Al. Good job. Kevin says, have a safe trip. Thank you very much. Amnon says, y'all have fun in Las Vegas. Thank you. Amnon, I need to plan a trip to come up and visit you. We'll be heading up that way in a couple of weeks, but we're not going to get that close because Barrett, my youngest son, my baby, is getting married on the day before Easter. So we'll come home from NAB and then turn around and jump in the car and head up to North Georgia. So it's a busy little spring, whatever time of year it is. So thank you guys very much. We're going to let this roll on out to the closing, and we will see you. We'll see you soon. Take care.